Hey guys, it is Celine Moon Goddess Tarot live again tonight. I was inspired to just get online, and I feel like maybe there might be questions that maybe viewers might have, or anyone would have, involving any kind of spirituality type of questions. That's what I was inspired to do. Actually, not a typical tarot reading. Uh, just doing a little bit of sage because we got to keep things clean, right? So I open myself to being able to communicate accurate information, accurate guidance, advice, or whatever the universe has there for me to share. So, what I can do until anybody enters the chat or has a question, I'll take one question. Um, one question. If you want a quick reading on one question, it has to be a simple question because sometimes tarot readings can be very complex. And so in this kind of format, it'd have to be a real quick one, like a yes or no or something like that. I do have tarot cards here to use, but I am also able to just, give you just my thoughts on your situation too, and perhaps that can give you a lot of insight. I haven't done many readings. It's funny because I've been lately very inspired to do more readings, or at least interact with you all more. But doing the cookie cutter tarot readings, the pick a pile readings, for some reason are feeling very structured and very like, I don't know, like I'm not giving accurate. It's not that I'm not giving accurate, messages. It's just it feels like a little monotonous, I guess I'll say. You know, um, I love doing readings. I absolutely love doing readings. But it is interesting to do a reading, do pick a pile readings. And anybody who is a tarot reader that is on YouTube and does pick a pile readings that tunes into this channel would know and be able to confirm that it is an awkward thing to do readings by yourself, expressing what the cards say by yourself, and no back and forth, no confirmation, or no interaction with those collective that pick those piles. And so I guess I'm growing, and I'm growing to realize that I love the interaction, the confirmation, the extra questions, that kind of thing when you're reading for someone. I think is um, something that I feel really drawn to. So that's why I decided to do this, just come live and just see what happens, right? Um, as you know, like a few days ago, I did like this long ass reading about my fucking life, and it's been challenging. I think that it gives me a good platform to share and to at least, communicate the things that I've been through in my life, communicate some of the challenges that I've been through. And I think the reason why that's useful is because, I feel like for some people, it's really important to not just, to get advice from people, but to know that they've been somewhere, right? To relate to that person, not like I'm holier than thou giving you this advice, like, oh, you need to dig deep and you need to be spiritual, but me not ever having going through that journey, for example. That's bullshit, right? So, yeah, definitely, I think that it was useful to do a reading like that for you guys. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be here for a little while. So, I am also drinking. So, cheers, right? And yeah, Valentine's Day is coming up, you guys. I don't know what you're doing for Valentine's Day. In my local city, I got connected to a beautiful human that makes her own candles, has her own shop, I'm going to be doing love readings there for tomorrow, right before Valentine's Day. So that's going to be fantastic. And I've never done that before. I've never done like live readings on the well, no, I take that back. I've done readings on the spot, but not in a organized manner where people are going to be coming in specifically for that in a like a one person after the other kind of thing. So I'm kind of nervous. I hope everything turns out well, but I think it will. Um, her business is called Co-Creations, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and she is what is it? Co-Creations Candle Shop, I think is specifically what it's called. The address is 1751 Belma. I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but if you're out of state and you're looking to try to order, to get the correct person, that would using the address might help you. But she's also on Facebook, so you could probably just get her on Facebook easily and put in orders. But her candles are amazing. They smell so good. They burn really well. Like they burn really smooth, equal, even, last a long time. And she has a lot of unique scents. So and beautiful packaging and all of that. So if you're into that, you should go check her out. But anyway, so I'll just sit here kind of like on the internet by myself. You know what this reminds me of is I saw a Native American fellow who was posting something, just a kind of like I think he has some type of, account there on Instagram that is like a spiritual account. And, he has a lot of insight on a lot of things. And one of the things he was talking about, which I found fascinating, was about self-talk. It was about self-talk and in a sense of what like explaining what that how that can help you in your spiritual journey. So, for him, it was profound that when he was able to take time out and get to a mirror or wherever and stop and talk to himself about the things that he doesn't tell anyone about, the things that are secret, the things that are um, taboo topics that if they were brought up around other people. So, for example, you're a Christian outwardly, but you suddenly are feeling like you are maybe an atheist and don't feel like you believe in God anymore. Or you went along one journey, like the happy life of being married with kids and all that, and you realize, you know what, I'm not happy because I feel like I'm polyamorous, or I'm, my sexuality is not what I thought it was, or whatever the case, or you just want to do like introspective thinking about who you are as a person. You want to grow. You're not happy with who you are as a person. And so a lot of the benefits of that would be that you can discuss things with yourself, ask questions to yourself as if you were someone you were giving advice to. So like I did that in the beginning of me trying to meditate about 3 or 4 years ago, when I was trying to teach myself, learn myself, oh my God, teach myself tarot. I was going through a time in my life where I was super discontent about my life. Everything in my life sucked, in my opinion. Like motherhood, I loved that I brought my boys into this world, and I love my boys more than my own flesh. I love my boys. However, there was such a sadness and depression that came along with being a mother that nobody ever warned me about. That took me over like a tsunami. Right when they were born, I was super anxious. Right when they were born, I had panic attacks. Like right, and ever since then, I have had consuming anxieties about my boys. Random shit. It could be anything from somebody, oh, I hope somebody doesn't tease them on the fucking playground, to I hope I'm being a good mother and I hope they know I love them, or I'm falling short, I'm not a good mother. Like that kind of bullshit, right? Um and so nobody warned me for that. And after my youngest turned 4, It was the middle of the pandemic, and I was at my wit's end. I was like, "This is not what I thought it was gonna be." Like, marriage was super unhappy. It was clear to me that it was on its way out, in my opinion. I felt like we were functioning more like roommates than we were, a loving couple. The devotion to the relationship was gone. It was more, it had cont just, um, transformed to be external to just the children, and so all of the self-care and the things that people tell you to do in a marriage, right? Like, make sure you go on dates and make sure you do this and make sure you do that. All that shit went out the window for both of us because our priority was the children. um Equally, it was the children, but sadly we lost out in that connection romantically. um so which was something I actually didn't expect. I thought, like, "Oh, this is my guy. This is the father of my children, like, we're gonna last forever." But, not at all. That did not happen. And, it was a big time for me of, mourning. I did a lot of mourning, a lot of crying. This little place that you see here, it's actually my closet, and I have a lovely cloth there to cover my clothes. But this was a place that I would meditate, and I had a mirror in front of me, and I would talk to myself as if I was giving myself advice. And I would talk through things like, why are you anxious right now? Why are you feeling this thing right now? What, why is this particular thing so important? Um, why do you feel like you can't express this to other people? And why can't you what is the holdup to figuring this out? And what I realized is that I was able to look at myself rationally and answer those questions as if I was someone else. And it sounds weird to say, but it's not that hard to do when you look at yourself in the mirror and it's just you, yourself, and I, and you ask some hard questions. And I think the beauty behind that is that those questions that you can ask yourself are questions that are, questions that uh, not a goddamn person could ask you that you don't know, or even someone close to your family. Like, they're deep questions. These are questions that even other people don't even know about you, and you're asking them to yourself. Like, things like, why are you not happy in your marriage? That's a great one. Why is it that I feel so alone? Why do I feel alone, and how can I fix it? What's making me feel alone? Is it my marriage? Is it my relationships? Is it my job? What is making me feel so empty inside? Because on the outside, like, and this was a valid thing that I asked myself a lot, is that, like, on the outside, I looked like I had everything great. I had a great husband, I had two beautiful boys, two children, I had a great career. Like, on the outside, everything looked great. Like, why would I want anything else? Everything looks great. But the opposite was happening on the inside. It was like inside it was completely empty. Inside it was completely void, completely upset, completely unhappy, completely not fulfilled. And the disappointment that came with that was powerful. That disappointment was powerful. It came strong. And I could not ignore it, and that was the thing, is that I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't just say, this is postpartum depression. You're fine, Salima. Suck it up, buttercup. You've been through fucking harder shit, like, chill out, you're fine." That kind of shit. And, yeah, that wasn't the case either. And so really talking to myself through that helped me helped set the trajectory of putting me on the path of learning tarot so that I could focus my teachings, focus what I needed to learn, how I needed to learn it, and what I needed to learn in a very, like, um, time-based manner, in a way that, was easy for me to digest, like a baby bird. I was a baby bird, right? At that point, I was a baby bird. I was somebody who did not understand what I was going through, but knew that I needed answers and knew that I needed help. And I knew I needed guidance, but I also knew that there was nobody in my life at that time that could give me any fucking guidance at that time. Like nobody could give my guidance at that time. And that was interesting, because I thought that I would be able to do that. I thought that I would be able to have something to share with people, have something that I would be able to get help for, I guess. I don't know. But what ended up happening is that I was just alone. Like I didn't have anyone. And I didn't have anybody that understood where I was coming from. So, which was interesting because and also not far from what I had experienced in my life, right? Like in my life, I have experienced my primary experience was going through shit by myself in my life. In my life, predominantly, I I wrestled through things and did teachings, learned the hard knocks of life or whatever, like, either being thrown into it because I'd never experienced it before or because I had to, right? Or putting myself in situations so that I could learn and grow uh, without having any prior exposure to it. Some of the times I think of are times when I was, I had attended a very fire and brimstone Catholic church Catholic Christian church that was very strict, very, very, very strict, very intrusive, very domineering. Um, but I appreciate the time that I spent there because if you looked at my other live where I talk about my life, you'll see that I didn't have a lot of adult guidance in my life. Like in my life, there was not the adult guidance. I really was trying to figure shit out on my own, trying to like, is this normal? Is this not? Am I dumb or am I just not knowing what everyone knows because of where I've been? Like there was a lot of elementary things that I really just did not grasp. And what was great about that church was that it was a very structured environment, and there were, I think that they meant well, right? Like they were caring people. They were caring people. The people that I had in my life were very caring, and they wanted the best for me. Even though what they said and what they did and some of the things I went through were probably not appropriate, but a lot of what I learned there was life skills, like getting a job, applying for a job. I got my driver's license. I started driving for the first time. I had all these things that a lot of people get to experience with their families, with their parents. And I didn't. I kind of waded through the water by myself and strangers through that period of my life. And so I appreciate that about them, and I'm grateful for that part of the learning and the teaching that I got there, as far as that's concerned. Um, but yeah, I guess, I don't know where I was going with that. Let me think about it. Cheers. I'm wondering, actually, now that I look at this, I'm live. Nobody has gone on here, and when I went live last time, somebody said they were never alerted that I was live. They were never alerted, so I don't know what that means. Like, should I make a ruckus here? Like, should I be like, I'll make a comment. Look, I made a comment there in the fucking chat. I don't know. I don't know how to make myself visible to everyone. I think that I'm visible. I think that my page is public. I don't know what pop out chat means. Oh, that's there on the side. That's what that means. Okay. Excuse me. Toggle time stamps. Oh. Participants. Hmm. Yeah, so there's nobody here. Anyway, that's fine. I mean, it's Friday. I'm sure everybody's out going around. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's do some cards, I guess. Let's see. How can I do cards here on live? Just shuffle some cards here. Let's see. Valentine's Day is coming up, right? I feel like, let me think about what I'm feeling and what maybe I can channel here with perhaps what somebody might be going through. Mhm. Predominantly, I am getting an energy of someone who's in a third party situation, somebody who's married, and they are uh, in love with someone else, or they're feeling a odd attraction to that other person. Um, so, what else? What kind of other energies are coming through spirit about this reading? What other energies are you coming? New love? Somebody you have a crush on. New love? Somebody you have a crush on. Their mother-in-law is in the way, though. The mother of the son of whoever you're with is in the way of the relationship, is what I get. That's what I'm getting. What else, spirit? Okay, let's do some cards. Well, we have two scenarios, so we'll do cards for the both scenarios. So for third party cards, can we get a three cards for that? Wow. Well, that came out super fast. Give me a minute. Okay. Jeez Louise. Sorry about that. Okay, so okay, I've got those cards. Sorry. Takes a lot of effort to bend over like that, especially at my age. So, okay. One more card for the third party situation. I'm shuffling in case you're wondering. Okay. I know the way I have my mic is all the other sound is canceled typically, and then, but I'll show you the cards that I got. Okay. So we have, wow. Okay. All right. So third party situation. I'm not sure who this is going to be speaking to, but we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is somebody with that wand. They are presenting it to someone. So it is an offering of passion, offering of a like a discovery, like not a discovery, new news is a good way to put it. Of like suddenly you're hearing that someone that you know has a crush on you, somebody that you know is really in love with you, but they're married. But it is a very innocent offer. It is not one like, there are other cards in the deck that could be more mischievous or more lustful or more kind of like bad energy, but this is a more youthful, innocent offer of passion. Okay. Um, it's passion, it could be new ideas, it can be new discoveries about the connection or the person. But with that, you also have the Two of Pentacles, okay? And the Two of Pentacles is about balance. It's about being balanced. It's about trying to make a balanced decision about things. So this could be from the person who is the one that has the spouse or somebody, projecting to the person that they are having feelings for. So, they realized, had this epiphany for themselves that, holy shit, I do have these feelings for this person. Um, I don't even know what to do with them. This is trying to make a decision about it. What do I do with this? Like, I have this now. Like, you think of like somebody who's juggling, right? I have this now. What the fuck do I do with it now? Like, now I'm realizing, shit, I do love this person. I do have feelings for this person. I do feel powerfully drawn to this person. I feel really passionate towards this person. And perhaps this is passion that this person has never felt before. Like, this could be a very life-changing passionate thought that this person is having, that, uh, it's new for that person. Um, and then following the Two of Pentacles, right? So they're trying to make this balance, this decision. You have the Chariot. Okay. Now the Chariot, like, okay, so one of the things I always advise people to do is to look up the Fool's Journey. And it is the story around the major arcana cards in tarot. Tarot is made up of major arcana and minor arcana. Arcana is Italian for mystery. The major arcana cards are cards that are uh, pointed to more powerful movement in your life, bigger themes, right? Like things like growth, things like courage, bravery, being intuitive, being courageous and um, compassionate and loving and caring, like these big ideas, right? And then minor arcana is more like ideas, thoughts. I like this, I like that, I want this, I want that. It more 3D kind of earth level type of ideas and thoughts. And so the Chariot is a major arcana in this idea that we're having about this third party situation. So I feel like your person has realized that they're making the decision to come forward about what they're feeling. So perhaps this is a situation where you've not been honest with, or this person has not been honest about their feelings towards you. They have not talked to you about their feelings. um they might be holding these feelings inside, but they've made a decision about the feelings. I will say that, because the Chariot is a decision. It's a decisive decision. It's a decision to be brave. It's a decision, like the Chariot in that Fool's Journey story is someone who has been through a long battle, and they encounter this person who's called the Fool. And the Fool doesn't have any weapons on him, no like survival supplies, like he's very vulnerable. And the guy on the Chariot, which there is a guy here, I don't even know if you can see it, like, I don't know what the fuck that is. That looks like an octopus to me. Ah, totally looks like an octopus. Anyway, it's supposed to be a man on a chariot with a black horse and a white horse. Anyway, that Chariot guy comes across to him and says, "Hey, fool, are you okay? Because you don't have any armor. You don't have anything to protect yourself. How are you going to protect yourself? Because Chariot guy just came from a big war. He's like, hello, like, what are you doing with yourself?" So he teaches the Fool, listen, you need to have weapons, you need to protect yourself, you need to be brave, because there's people out there that are not going to be nice to you. There are people out there that are going to be in opposition. And so I feel like in this situation, which is very poignant and very accurate, in a third party situation that somebody wants to take the next level, like make it known that that crush is there, make it known that that love is there. You would need to have that chariot energy, right? To be able to be brave enough to withstand any opposition that you might have, because surely there's going to be opposition. And it's hilarious to me when I think about that, because in many situations, like, let me just do a little bit of like a, you know, soapbox situation. So like in many situations with third party situations, there are people who already know in the family, they already know that their loved one is not happy. Like, they already know the loved one's not happy. Their loved one is not happy in the marriage. They know that they're faking it, but because it looks good on the outside, and because maybe there's a lot of money wrapped up into it or whatever, nobody says anything, right? And everybody just thinks, well, that's them. That's the way they are. Meanwhile, no one's happy, which really makes me feel resentful, because for me, having to dig really deep about what I really want in my marriage, because I don't want to fuck up my kids by being fake. Because being fake, kids know that shit. They know. Kids know when you're being fake. Fuck that. They know if you're, acting happy, right? They get that shit. And so I didn't want that for my boys. And so that was one of the reasons why I really came forward with how I was feeling. So in this situation, yes, this person's probably going to face opposition. But on the bottom of the deck here, I notice that we have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is all about, your wildest dreams coming true, your deepest desires coming true. Everything that would emotionally fulfill you is coming true, and you're watching it unfold. You're seeing this beautiful gift being given to you, and it is overwhelming, it's emotional, it's beautiful, it is beyond your imagination. So I think that in this situation, what would need to be looked at and considered is that, you know um perhaps the marriage is not the right path for the connection. And I'm okay with saying that. I do not feel tied to monogamy in any way. I feel like monogamy is a construct of control, mainly control of women, and the control of religion upon free peoples. So I feel like, I just don't believe in monogamy. I think it's terrible. Um, Especially since it really honestly ties you up in finances. It's really an obligation of finances. And especially when you get divorced, it ends up that way. And everybody's very shocked about that. Like, why money is such a big deal. He should have loved me. He should have known this. She should have known that. And why did she turn so ugly and blah, blah. Well, because of money, because it's a financial fucking contract. That's what it was meant for. It was meant to take wealth from women and give it to men, and take power away from women, is really, I feel like, what it was meant for. You think about it. Like, I even have, like, my husband, we're still married. His grandmother, great grandmother, married. She had property. She had land. And the guy she married had nothing, and she had the property. But when she married him, because she had the property, it wasn't, as soon as she got married, it was not her property anymore, and it was her husband's property. And he managed it like he was this rich gentleman, uh for all those years, like it was his. And so it makes me wonder, like, was that a marriage of convenience? Was that a marriage of money? Was that a marriage of, like, he married her because he knew he would get that property and it was an investment to marry her? Or was it really about love? I can go back and forth about that. Anyway, they did stay married until their dying days, and blah blah blah, and things got handed down. But, yeah, I'll get off my pulpit with that. God damn it, I hate when I get on tangents like that. Okay, so the other let's do some love readings. I didn't tell you guys. So I have this little deck that I made. I'm gonna show it to you. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So this little deck has a bunch of messages on there. Okay. Messages about love, messages about what maybe your person might be thinking and feeling. So for the person who has the marriage and is in love with that other person, this is what this married person is feeling towards you. Okay. All right. What is that person feeling towards this first reading? All right. We have, can we fix this? Oh, it's all backwards. I'll read it. Can we fix this? I came in like a wrecking ball. So maybe they approached you first and you make me so happy. Take that as you want to with that. Okay, so let's do the other one. The other one was, let's see, somebody in a connection, but a mother-in-law was getting in the way, right? I'm shuffling. Advice. Mhm. Okay. Oh, two. All right, we got two. All right. Mm, one more for a second. Oh, there's two. Let's do this. Hold on. All right. So, for the person that has a mother-in-law that is being very nosy, I think you have a mother-in-law that's being very nosy and nasty to you and unkind. This is the advice that universe has for you. And all right, so let's just get into it, okay? So we have the first card we have is the Fool. Okay. So the Fool is the card that I had mentioned earlier about the Fool's journey, right? So this card is about being naive but also experienced, because the thought is, if you could see here, he's stepping off this ledge, and the idea is like, is he landing on the edge because he came from a long journey, or is he diving off for the first time on the ledge, having this new journey? And so, for you, I believe that this is about you having big mother-in-law's behavior, and you already realize that this shit's not right, that this shit's a little more than just being concerned. It's a very kind of toxic behavior that you're visualizing, that somewhere in your life you realize that you've experienced this before and it's familiar, because you realize that this is not normal. Okay. The advice that the universe is giving you is, the King of Cups along with the Four of Swords. Okay. King of Cups, Four of Swords. So, King of Cups. King of Cups is all about, cups in general are about emotion. It's about emotion. It's about love. It's about sensitivity. It's about um, intuition. Everything that has to do with your heart, right? But what's beautiful about the King of Cups is the King of Cups is a very controlled energy, in the sense that it's not emotional. It does not overreact. The King of Cups does not overreact. The King of Cups is not easily manipulated. The King of Cups is a very secure, calm king. He's able to be like, if he needed to be, he could make decisions for people based on the evidence that's brought before them, and make decisions that are empathetic and decisive. So it is a controlled emotional energy. And I think the universe is saying that, you're not going to change your mother in law, like, especially if you're married into this marriage. You're not going to change that person. She is who she's going to be, right? Mother-in-law or daddy-in-law, whatever, but that person is not going to change just because of you. But you can change yourself and you can say, I'm going to not invite. Oh, God, hold on one second. I spilled some cards here. Just give me a minute. So yeah, so you're not going to be like losing your shit. You take it with a grain of salt. Take her shit with a grain of salt and be like, okay, oh, that's how you feel about that? Huh, okay, that's interesting. Let me look that up. Like, for example, like something about your kids or the food you're feeding your kids or the whatever you're doing with your kids, right? Because mother-in-laws love to comment about what kind of parent you are, as if they were better parents, which 9 times out of 10, they were worse parents, right? So, can I get an amen? Yes, that's true. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm right. Anyway, okay. So yeah, the next card is the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is that energy that you're going to have to be in, about just really realizing that you're going to have to think a little bit, be careful. Uh, see, how can I say this? Pick and choose your battles. Okay, be calm. Be connected to what feels good in your soul about decisions and what boundaries you're going to be putting into place, and be sure about those decisions. Don't be wishy-washy, right? So for example, if you're like, "Mom, mother-in-law, when I take the kids to your house, please do not feed them ramen noodles. Thank you." And then you come back the next day and she has for sure fed them ramen noodles. So what do you do next? When when mom is disagreeing with you and doing whatever the fuck she wants. You can say, "Hey, you know what? I appreciate that the kids get to spend time with you. And I love that the kids get that time, because I, you know, I might need to scale back how often I bring the kids, because I feel like you're not going to listen to me when I um, ask you to follow certain, I wouldn't say rules, I could say certain habits that we have at home, like not feeding the kids ramen, right? So something like that, where it's a very generalized comment, not a comment that will pick a fight, but a comment that would be general, that just states the obvious, and then base what you're going to do next on the response, right? So like if mom is toxic and like wanting to argue, that, all right, well, that wasn't effective, and bargaining and negotiating is not going to work with her. And then you can have to try to figure out a new strategy with that person. Hopefully, that's not the case, and hopefully just some simple discussions that are frank need to happen, and you'll be able to work through that with your mother-in-law. So that's what I got for you. Yeah, so nobody's here yet, so I'm just gonna hang out here for a little while. Let's see. Mm. All right. Well, I also vape, and you motherfuckers that know me in my personal life, you can't say anything. Anyway, I think I turned up my volume because now I hear myself. Oh, I hear myself loud. I have to tell you, this whole shit, like people think this is easy, like finding right microphones and headphones and all that shit. This shit was hard. When I was trying to figure this shit out, I was like, why do I want to start my channel? Like, tell me, like, why? Why? Yeah. Anyway. What can I share with you guys? So, what can I share with my peeps? My peeps. Let's see. I'm 47. There's that. I'm gonna be 48 this year. And note to the little youngins out there, you really do not feel like you're old when you're getting old. You feel like I still think that fucking 1990 was only 10 years ago. That's how I feel. Like I'm like I was a teenager back then. And I still feel like, oh, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, all those, Chronic, all that music back then. I'm like, when I hear it, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't that long ago. That's my jam. And then I realize, oh, that was 30 fucking years ago. 30, 30, 30, 30 years ago. I'm old. I had my kids older too. I had my first one I was 38. I turned 39 the year he was born. And then my second, I was 40 and turned, let's see, let me think about that for a minute. Yeah, I was 40 and I turned 41 the year he was born. So I had kids later on in life, which is not, I'm going to say, not so fun. Having kids in general for me was not a fun time. It was very difficult all around. Like my body didn't like it, my mind didn't like it. The only thing that kept me going was I wanted a healthy baby and I loved my baby. That's the only thing that got me through pregnancy, both times. Because both times were miserable. I was working as an ICU bedside nurse through both pregnancies. And if you're familiar with bedside nursing in general, you know how just physically taxing it is. And not to mention doing ICU where they're total care, right? They're not moving. They are typically in a medically induced coma, and you got to do a lot of physical work. And so, yeah, that was a rough time, boy. Oh, Lord, that was a rough time. I don't miss that. And I really was not somebody that loved being pregnant either. And I daydreamed about being pregnant and I thought it was going to be great. I thought, oh, I'm going to love it. It's going to be so great. No periods, right? No periods. It's going to be fantastic. And really, it ended up being super difficult. It ended up being very painful. It ended up messing with my mental health. But I would not take it back. No way. No way. Sorry, this is Central Bio. Just like cleaning the situation. Clean the situation. Let's clean the situation. Do boo 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 boo. Cleaning the situation. Situation. Should I get into ASMR? Do you want me to eat some food in the microphone? There are real people like on OnlyFans that eat shit or type shit or chew gum, and they have a whole fucking following of like 100,000 people. Like, what the fuck is that? Dios mío, if I had prettier feet, I'd put those there so I can make money. Yeah, sorry, my feet are not as pretty. That's why I haven't made an OnlyFans for feet, because that's why. Because my feet are not fit for OnlyFans, sadly. But I can eat. I'm at work. It's okay, I'm alone now. I don't do I don't do tarot readings to have followers. I do tarot readings because I feel like someone out there needs an answer. I do tarot readings because I feel like I have a gift that I need to share to people. I have a gift that it would be it would be an injustice to not share. That's why I do tarot readings. That's why I share my gift. That's why I'm here. I'm not here for fame. I am not here for any of that bullshit. Because what good is that, right? Like, you can make it a business. Like, I could try to make it a business. I could try to get followers. I could try, right? Right now, I think I have 95 followers and nobody is watching right now. But do I care? I don't give two shits. Why? Because everybody has a fucking life, number one. And also, I'm not fiscally driven in this account, right? This account is for uh, the sake of spiritual growth and discussion. And, I want to be able to use use the experiences that I've had in my life in order to help other people. Because I feel like the experiences that I've had in my life, in a very unarrogant way, are my experiences are very extraordinary. The things that I've suffered through have been very extraordinary. And I feel like that has a purpose somewhere. Like, surely I didn't go through everything I went through just because, just so that I personally can have a spiritual awakening on my own, because people have spiritual awakenings with less all the time. So I have to believe that, the things that I've gone through are meant for people to fucking see. They're meant for people to understand, to experience through my words, to be able to realize that there's something ethereal about how I made it through things. Because even myself, when I think about, it's almost for myself, when I look at my life and I look back, it's like a movie. I can't even believe I've been through. I feel like Forrest fucking Gump. Like, what the fuck? I went through so much shit, and I feel like Forrest Gump. Like I went from, it's crazy, when I think about everything all at once, and it's so that's the purpose why I'm here. I'm not here for any kind of fucking other reason than to help other people. Going live is something I have realized that I enjoy. After the last time I posted like about my life or whatever, because there's this hope that I can interact with someone, and that energy exchange and that ability, that opportunity for growth and for enlightenment between two souls is something that is phenomenal. People who've never met, two people who are drawn to each other because of energy. That is powerful to me. That is the shit right there, right? Doing readings that are blind readings that I'm doing for the collective are great, and I do them, and I have my readings I've posted, but I find them to be very discouraging in that I don't get to have that interaction with other people, So, yeah, so I guess that's it. I don't know, I've seen a couple of you pop on here, and then leave, so perhaps people are out partying and stuff. So I hope all of you are safe tonight. Please be safe tonight. Please don't be assholes. Please be safe. Don't drink and drive. All right. I'm gonna be your mama here for a minute. Don't do it. Don't be pendejos or pendejas, and make it home safe to your parents or to your roommates and spouses. And that way we can have another chance to communicate again. Otherwise, I'll just let this sit here and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I hope those two readings I did do were, um, beneficial to somebody out there. And I guess that's it. Tomorrow, like I said, oh, who is that? Hi. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to say, like, push enter, and is it working? No, it didn't work. I don't know what the fuck. But yes, I see you. Misa? Let me see. I'm good. I'm good, girl. Drinking, little vape, and talking about woohoo spiritual shit all by myself here. All by myself, honey. They ain't no motherfuckers have been on here. Just me. But that's okay. Cause I know that you guys can like view it later or whatever. So I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well for you in your life. I hope, I don't know if do you have plans for Valentine's Day, plans for yourself, plans for with someone else or whatever. I am going to be going to a friend's house who a friend's business. She makes her own candles, and I'm going to do like little on the spot love readings for tomorrow to like prep people for Valentine's Day. So yeah, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. But I don't have any plans for myself for Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, I am not good at gift giving. I've realized in my old ass age, right? I'm old as fuck, and I'm realizing, bitch, you've been bad at this for years. Like, you suck. you know, I'm the one that goes Christmas shopping like 2 days before Christmas. Like I'm terrible. But it's no reflection on how I feel about the people. But I have pretty severe ADD, and so like everything else takes my attention. God damn it. I'm just gonna say that. Let's just say that. Mira, my heart's in it. Right. Anyway, but yes. I am glad that you joined, and I am very happy that you chatted with me. You're so sweet for doing that. I was starting to feel very alone. I was like, so sometimes there's one person there and sometimes there isn't. So people are like poking in and be like, and then we're like, oh, that's too much. I can't talk. And then they're leaving because I'm hitting some deep shit or something, maybe. But I'm glad you enjoy it. That's why I'm here. I'm here for people to enjoy, learn and enjoy, grow and enjoy themselves, right? Like we can be spiritual and we can be real and funny and honest, right? Like what the fuck? But yes, thank you. I don't know why the fuck. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna text something. Let's say I'm gonna put love. Did you see that? Put love there. Did you see it, Missy? If you saw it, then. Oh, good. Okay, good. Yay! Then I can text back. I can chat back. I can chat back. I'm retarded. Anyway, here I am on a Friday night just doing this shit. That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind it. I love it. Do you have anything you want me to read for you? It's me and you right here, and ain't nobody here unless you don't want your business, of course, live stuck on fucking on YouTube. But I do have a deck, as I always do. I have a bagazillion decks, but I have a deck here. We could do a little reading for you and give me a subject, and let's do a little 3-card simple reading because I'm so happy you're here. And guess what? Nobody else gets to have a reading but you. How about that? Mm. How did they feel when he saw me today? Girl, you have a crush on somebody and then they saw you today? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Que la chingada. All right, let's do it. Because I say that because I have this deck that I made with secret thoughts of your person, secret thoughts that they have about you. Okay, so let's do it. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let me shuffle my deck here real quick. Give me a minute. I'm gonna call you Miss C. Okay. Let's see. What did Miss C's person feel when they saw her today? What did Miss C's person feel? Wow, that fucking flew out. All right. Okay. When they fly out, I typically like when the cards fly out. I don't like picking the cards myself. I feel like when the cards fly out, because I'm so consistent in the way that I shuffle, that if they come out like that, they're meant to come out. So, yeah, one flew out and it's a Knight of Wands. So, for sure, your person has a ton of passion for you. Oh my God, another one. Okay, another one fell out. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Okay, let's do some more. How did Missy's person? Ay, me gusta la drama. Okay, okay. How did Missy's person feel when their person saw them? How, oh, no, no, no. This person's. Okay, I'm gonna say right now that they acted like they didn't notice you. They acted like they didn't notice you. They acted like you weren't there. Yeah, for sure they acted like you weren't there. For sure they acted like it was no big deal. But they have a lot of passion for you because we have the King of Wands, or I'm sorry, the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is a more immature energy than the King of Wands. However, it is a rambunctious, powerful, pungent, passionate energy. It's like, I'm coming in like a wrecking ball, bitch. Like, this is how I'm feeling for you. I have deep, powerful feelings for you. But you have the Queen of Swords here. So either they feel like you don't feel the same, they feel like perhaps that they are the on the outside looking in, and you are a very intellectual, extremely intelligent, charismatic, smart person. Perhaps you're their boss, and they are not able to really, they feel like they can't approach you. They have this passion for you, for sure. That's not um that's undeniable, but they don't feel like they can approach you. The Queen of Swords is an interesting queen because she's been through a lot. This queen has been through a lot of suffering, husbands dying and things like that, and so she's not a pussy. She's not to, not to say that people that have hard times are pussies, okay? But I'm just saying, like, she is a warrior when it comes to emotions, but almost to the extent that you feel like you can't approach her like an ice queen, right? Like somebody who's like so so in control of their emotions that you question whether they would even entertain anything that was emotional in general. Okay, so perhaps that could be where you're coming from. And sometimes a lot of us do that when we have crushes on people because we're not sure about how they feel. So we want to act like I ain't no bitch. I ain't gonna be chasing you. So and so you act like I don't need you, right? That kind of thing. You also have the wow, the Hierophant. Huh! Hierophant, which totally speaks to the fact that you guys are coworkers. So you guys are coworkers. You guys work in a very structured environment. So I would say government, hospital, state worker, that kind of thing, and a very structured, even religious structure. So it's a structure that's very, very, you've got leaders and then you have everyone underneath kind of structure. The other thing could be that he feels like if he did come forward to you, it would need to he would have to have he or she would have to have substantial like something substantial to offer to you. So no one's going to say shit, right? Like if he's the queen, if he's the Knight of Wands, that means that he doesn't have his shit together right away. He or she doesn't have her shit together right away. Feels beneath you. Okay? Because you are the Queen of Swords, right? Feels beneath you, like they can't offer you, especially because they feel like there's this hierarchy that perhaps they can't penetrate through. Okay. Um, but girl, or guy, girl, you said miss, okay. You have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the last card. So the Seven of Pentacles is all about like working, right? You're putting the work in. You're putting, let's say you're a carpenter and you're putting the nails in the wood and you're working every day and you're trying to get that fucking table together, and that's what you're doing. That's the Seven of Pentacles, right? You're putting the shit together, earthly shit. You're making money, you're putting it in the bank, you got this job, you're doing this, you're going to school, you're doing that. It's that work, right? The Eight of Pentacles is you have done the work. As you can see here, this guy, he has all these pentacles here, right? And he's got this one here that he's looking at and he's admiring it. He's done with the work. The work is done. The work is done. Now he's thinking about where am I going to be putting this treasure that now, like, it's almost like you think about like a farm and the harvest. This is the time he's got his harvest from all that work, and now he's like, now what do I do? So what I think is, with this Eight of Pentacles, is I feel like um your person is at a point where the okay, let's clarify, because what I want to say is this person has been viewing you for a while, and they are at a point where they're almost at the cusp of offering you a cup of love, okay, of saying, hey, I got feelings for you. That's where I feel like we're at, but let's see what the cards say. So let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles for Misty's person. That flew out. Okay, all your cards are flying. Oh, Five of Swords. Okay, tell me more, please, about Misty's person and their next intention. Next intention, please, sir, for her person. Okay, hold on. A bunch fell, but I think that was my poor shuffling. So let me just redo it. If any of these do come out, then for sure they were meant to come out, okay? So I'm just going to do it again here. Girl. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna tell you something. Tell me something good. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Tell me that you like it. Yeah. Okay, one more. All right, so here we go. So remember when I was saying that he's almost ready to give his cup of love? Mira, lo que salió. Ace of Cups came out. This is offering someone your cup of love. This is somebody coming out and saying, Mira, mamita, I have a crush on you. And I think you're an amazing human. And I want to get to know you better. That is what the Ace of Cup is. But before this one came out, you did get the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is a very disorganized energy. It's an energy of like, you won the fight, but not the war. It is like they are coming out not caring anymore about this Hierophant, right? Not caring anymore about your Queen of Swords attitude, not caring anymore that they're just a knight. They're going to come out not irresponsible, I guess, is coming out like a wrecking ball, right? Like Miley Cyrus, like coming like a wrecking ball, that shit, right? Going to come out like a wrecking ball, not caring about the consequences, but coming through with what they want to say to you. So I feel like that's why that this card came out. Ace, like I said, Ace of Cups came out right after that. Like, this person wants to come forward to you. Then we got the Eight of Wands. Like, how much more confirmation do you need, right? This Eight of Wands is fast moving, passionate energy. It is like, this is this is how I imagine it. You ever see those like romantic movies where the guy is at the train station, and the girl is on the train and she's leaving, and they were just friends, but then he's running after her, right? Running after her at the side of the train, and then blurts out that he loves her at the last minute, like fast and like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like this big kind of moment, right? That's what I feel like the Eight of Wands is. It's like coming in fast, hard, strong with energy. And that is what you got here after the Ace of Cups. All right. Then you got the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands is an energy of just it's an energy of planning. It's like you when you're planning a vacation, you barely click on the fucking website and you haven't even decided on dates or anything, but you have this idea that you're gonna go on a you're gonna go somewhere. That's where the wands are. So I do think that the person is a little cloudy on how this energy is going to go. Like he or she has the desire to make these rambunctious moves, right? With the wands and the cup, right? But I don't think that they quite know, like, how is that going to work? Like, how really am I going to make this happen in a very logical 3D kind of way, right? They have this idea in their mind about what they want to do, but logically, how logistically will they make that happen? And I think that is why the person has not come towards you, because then you have the 10 of wands to end it. So this person is definitely feeling burdened by the fact that even though they have all of this passion towards you and they have all this attraction towards you and all this respect and adoration that they have towards you and this passionate fire that they have. I mean, they have fire. They are attracted to you. But they don't still they haven't figured out how to make this play out in 3D, right? With the Two of Wands. Like, okay, so how do I really do this? How do I tell Miss C that I have these feelings for her? How do I make this happen? And so that passion is being held up in the Ten of Wands. It's being held up. It's a burden that they carry. But the good thing about, the number 10 in general is that 10 is the pinnacle. It can't get worse than 10. After 10, there's transformation. After 10, there's either letting go or taking up whatever the cause is. There isn't an 11 and 12, right? So that is the encouragement in that regard. Your person is probably not as developed as you emotionally. Your person has a lot of fears and a lot of anxieties about rejection. So I feel like they might have abandonment issues. So that something, excuse me, something to keep in mind. But in conjunction with that, I'm just going to mention on the side that to try to not put, because I've been there before, try to not put all the eggs in that one basket and realize that you're respecting that person by allowing them to go through their process. I learned a hard lesson a long time ago, really trying to force someone I was completely in love with that I thought was my twin flame. I thought we were going to end up together. And it turned out that I just got rejected. I got rejected more than once and in a very foul way. Um, it was a very hard thing for me to digest. But the thing that I have learned from that is that you have to allow people the space to heal. You have to allow people the space to heal and the space to draw their own conclusions about what they want with their life, right? Like your person might have all these passionate feelings for you, but your person has to come to the conclusion to themselves that like Two of Wands, right? They have to get to the point where they're the Three of Wands, where they've already got the plan, where they're secure about what they're going to do and that they actually do it. And you can't force any human to get to that point, no matter how bad you want it. How bad, but what you can do is you can pray for them to the universe. You can pray for good vibes. You can pray for their healing. You can pray for their discovery of their own spirituality. You can pray for all of those things and send that energy to that person and hope that they get there, right? Because really, this whole experience that we're having here on earth is not about that one person. It's about who we touch and who we can heal on our way on this journey. And we get soulmates on this journey. We get sometimes people that are closer than soulmates, soul contracts that we have with people. But the whole goal is not to be selfish with that love and be like, this is mine. I only want this love because I'm feeling insecure or because they need to make me feel this kind of way, which that's where I was, right? Because I have a lot of abandonment issues. But getting to the point where, like, let them heal, let them get to where they need to be. Because if we're going to benefit each other, there's nothing going to stop this. Nothing is going to stop this. And that is a very healthy place to be, right? So try to get yourself in that mindset. And I know it's a very difficult thing to listen to because, girl, that's the last thing I wanted to listen to. When I was in love with that guy, I was like, shut the fuck up. I was listening, I was listening to tarot readings like a crack addict. I was in there, I was like, pick a card this and pick a card that and pick a card this. And I was just like, yeah, no, oh, he's not gonna come to me, then I'm not going to listen to that tarot reading. Like, I was just wanting to hear what I wanted to hear. And it was very difficult for me to swallow the big pill of just like, it's none of your business what he's going through. It's your business when he starts contacting you and wanting to have that interaction. That's when it's your business, right? Because that's somebody wanting to get in your energy. But you can still send good vibes. And I think, and I have seen it in my own life, I've seen it work where you send those good vibes. You're going to bed and you're thinking about that person, you got that crush on that person, but they haven't contacted you. You could pray to them and just say, I just wish for your healing. I want to send you love. I am so grateful that you're somebody that is in my vision field right now. And I think that you're going to be an incredible person as you grow and heal. That kind of thing. You send those good kind of vibes to that person. I've seen it work where it does work. It helps people grow. You're manifesting other people's growth. And that is a huge, that talk about reversing karma, right? I mean, you're doing a good thing there. Um, but I know that you are probably a very amazing, gorgeous human being. And you're here because you're curious and that your mind is running wild, perhaps with thoughts tonight. But I'm happy that you came by and I'm grateful for your attention tonight. And I really think that, you have gifts, perhaps. I feel like you have gifts that you don't know about. I feel like you're more intuitive than you think you are. And I really wish you the best. And, just if he ends up calling you or whatever, or I do want to, I want a message, please. You're going to have to message me. I'm not your family or shit, but just let me know if it worked out because I would love to know that. And guess what? If it doesn't work out, that's okay too, because that means that you impacted that person. Um, I'm going to leave you with one last thing is one thing that I've learned about myself that I did not realize, and I thought it was rejection before, but now I realize it's not rejection, is that I am, if you know tarot, um, I am the Tower card, right? The Tower card is all about that, you know, uh, wrecking ball energy, right? You come into somebody's life and you are a catalyst for change in that person's life. You come into that person's life and they are not the same after they've met you for some reason, right? In some, you feel like you were not really acting different, but for some reason they are floored and scared of you after they've come into contact with you. That is because you are meant to be a catalyst for people's spiritual awakening, right? That's what you're meant to do. You're meant to be like, boop, there you go. You've been, you have been, awakened. Now, whether they want to continue with that growth or ignore it, that's not your problem. But if you've impacted somebody so much that they are thinking about you 24/7, have this passion that this guy has for you, like you've done something for them that they probably, I bet money that your guy or this person is not typically at all like, I would bet that it's a playboy, somebody who is a chingon, right? That thinks he's a big deal, but you make this motherfucker nervous. Nervous. Okay, quickly, let's get some thoughts. Secret thoughts, okay? Secret thoughts for Missy's person. What are the secret thoughts, please, Spirit? Okay. I was protecting my heart. You are my desire. I know you can't, it's backward, but I'm reading it to you. I wish you would message me. Now, that doesn't mean that you go and message him, right? This is his desire. But if he's not ready, you're not helping yourself by messaging him because that's almost like kind of forcing something, picking an avocado before it's ripe, right? Okay, so you have, I want to be your support. I don't know if that resonates with you. You make me want to be a better person. You make me want to be a better person. It's better we say goodbye. So this is the wishy-washy energy I was feeling, right? The scared feeling about the Queen of Swords, where he feels like perhaps you're unapproachable, right? Perhaps you might be feeling like maybe I shouldn't approach her at all. That's that two wands, right? That indecisive energy. I obsess about you at night the most. So at night, you might find yourself feeling very pulled to thoughts of this person more than usual. And that's because that person is thinking about you and manifesting you. Is there hope? So there's a lot of doubt in your person. And I think it is that Queen of Wands energy and that Two of Wands energy, Queen of Swords energy. Maybe I'm not good enough is the last one. So yeah, your person is feeling really insecure. Let's get a couple more. Let's get two more. Okay. Can we still try? I don't know if you have had already a moment of recognition of this connection with this person, and then they pulled back and ghosted you, or you ghosted them, or something like that. That could be where this energy is. Um, or it is the insecure energy of like, will it still work? Will she still want me, even though she knows what I am and what I look like and who I am? Is she really going to like me? That kind of energy. Aw, you make me feel free. And the last one here says, I didn't know I was missing what I was missing until I found you. That's so romantic. So romantic. Right? Aw, right? I love these cards because they really speak that, just not the spiritual mumbo jumbo, but just like the very 3D things that all of us at some point in our lives have wanted to hear from somebody. So I hope that helps you. Thank you so much for joining me. You made my night. Thank you so much. I was starting to feel like, what am I doing? Like nobody's here. And so I'm happy you joined me. And perhaps this was divinely guided because you're the only one that came up and you're the only one that got a personal reading. So I hope that helps you. And I really wish you the best. And I think that I feel like you're a really amazing person, and be patient with yourself, okay? And be patient with other people. All right? You take care. You can stay and hang out. I'm just going to be here drinking. If you drinking, then we can drink together. But you know, or if you have any kind of spiritual question, I'd be happy to answer it too. Um, or whatever, even a question about me too. I'm glad you think I'm funny. At least I'm entertaining, right? I don't want to be boring because that's who wants to fucking watch that, right? Like if I'm gonna talk about woo-woo spiritual stuff, at least be entertaining. I'm thinking to myself, but anyway, I'm glad I float your boat. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. I have a question. So have you followed me or did you just see my live and clicked on it? Or are you one of my followers? Are you one of my followers? Or did you just find a live video and you just clicked on it? I wish we could do like a face-to-face thing, huh? No shit. Oh my God. Well, Mira, that there you go. If that's not divinely guided, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. what divinely guided, that you're not even somebody that already follows me and that you just saw this and clicked on it. Girl, that message was for you. Like, it was for real. That's for you. That you can't deny. You can't deny that. Oh my god, that's incredible. That's incredible. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. That you just clicked on it, and then you end up getting a reading that is for you. Like, that's pretty incredible. Mm, I'm glad I was able to participate in that, because I think that probably universe has big plans for you or something. You're being called for something. I don't know what it is, but your intuition obviously is speaking for you without you really realizing it. Um, and you're being drawn to things that are teaching you without you realizing it. And when I started my spiritual journey, that's exactly how I came into it, you know? It was a lot of things that spoke to me, like quotes that I saw on Instagram and, stuff like that. I was just like, I can't deny that. Like that just rolled up on my feed, and I'm not even like liking a bunch of these quotes, and I'd have very synchronistic things that were happening. And I'm like, for real? This is fucking nuts, you know? So yeah, I am so grateful that I was able to do this for you, and come by anytime. If I'm live, please come visit me, because then I'm gonna be all lonely and shit. Because people don't fucking know me out here, you know. So yeah, I would love to have you come. We could have like a little spiritual date. We could just talk about shit. If you're tired of men, we could do some fucking readings on that too. Because they make me tired. God bless them. Anyway, so yeah, I see there's another person on there. Who else is here? They should also comment. And if they want a reading, I'll do a little mini reading for you. But yeah. What state do you live in, Miss C? Unless you left already. I don't know if you I don't think you left. You don't have to say what state. I was just curious. Or you can ask me a question. Ask me anything. I'll answer anything. How about that? That's a good truth or dare, right? Just whatever. I have a very colored life, so I might have a really good answer for you. That's a possibility. Let's see. So let me think of something. What I wish I could do on here is do like a poll, like a question that people can, like they do on Instagram, where you could do like a question and people can choose their answer and you can discuss whatever the fuck the question was. That's not very easy to do here. You only have like the chat and that's it, I think. Excuse me. Um, mm, okay. So I have a whole two people here, you and someone else. So what motivated you to click on this, or to pursue or to inquire or click on any kind of tarot reading? Um, because I imagine, with the name of my account and stuff, it is a tarot reading channel. Like, what is the motivation? Is it because of romance, somebody that you're interested in? Is it because of, like, something that you've realized about yourself that you're trying to really um develop and grow, emotionally and spiritually? Is it for entertainment purposes? Like, you're just like, I just want to, it doesn't mean much, but I just want to kind of know kind of thing. Um, I'm curious about it because like for me, in the beginning, it was all like about romance. I was in love with this person and the tarot readings were well, here's where I got in trouble. Let me just tell you where I got in trouble is that I learned how to use a pendulum. That's where I got in trouble. The pendulum would tell me I was following the guidance of my pendulum. I still use my pendulum, by the way, and I love my pendulum. And I believe that, all the places that I was led to with my pendulum was to try to help guide me and teach me, but I'm a hard-headed bitch, right? Like I'm hard-headed, right? Like, no, cabrona, that's again, as we said, this person doesn't love you. And then, as we said, like I had all these examples of this person really not being into me, and or what it was is that this person really had a lot of trauma and a lot of unhealed wounds, and they were not willing to change any of that. If they did change it, then we could have had something there. So I was waiting around for this person to change, and they never changed, right? I offered myself in numerous situations to try to cultivate some kind of relationship with that person, and it just didn't work. But yeah, the pendulum was, really kind of what got me there because I would use it to answer what pile I should listen to for all the tarot readings that I was listening to and stuff like that. So anyway, but so I see you guys have gone. I think I'm probably gonna go to bed too. It's already like 12:30. So thank you so much, Miss C. You rock. And whoever else popped in and out, thank you so much for taking a peek at my live situation that I did here. I did some two intuitive readings, and then Miss C got a chance to get a personal reading. So if you guys in the future, anybody who listens to this and didn't get a chance to be a part of the live, if you come and see me on the live, I can do an impromptu just like reading with one question reading for you, as long as the traffic is not too high, because I know it's hard to get to everybody when the traffic is high. But like tonight, I had Miss C. She's the only person that came to see me tonight. So I'm not anticipating high numbers, but let's put that out there, okay? But you guys are amazing. Everybody who follows me, I am very grateful for every single one of you. And I really want to send love and encouragement and let you know that you're not alone. And everybody has been through sorrow and pain. And we're all just trying to get through this lesson of earthly living together. And if I can be a help to anyone, I am grateful for that. So you guys take care, and I wish you all the best. Okay? Bye.